Welcome to another edition of Randy's Outdoor Adventures. Today, I'm going to give you guys some tips and tricks that Randy and I use up there at Salmon River that we've picked up through our years throughout fishing. We've been fishing up there since our last few years in college, which is about 2009. We've been fishing up there ever since. For salmon and steelhead, winter, spring, and fall. Here's just some things that we've picked up along the way. We never went guided, so this is a lot of this is self-taught, as well as some tips and tricks that we picked up from other people that been up there many years, as well as some things that we ourselves have found out along the way, and talked to some of the bait shops. This video isn't necessarily for somebody who's been going up there for years, because if you've been going up there for years, you guys pretty much know what you're doing. At this video is more for people who are just starting to go up there or have been struggling. Just some things that might be able to help you guys catch some more fish. So here are the tips. Alright, so tip number one. Use Maxima Chameleon as your leader. This is something that was a fine-tuning thing for us. We were catching some fish, but what we were finding is guys around us were catching some fish, and we weren't, but even though we were using the same thing. So we ended up finding out that they were using what's called Maxima Chameleon. Now, this is really, really handy when the water's low at like 305 or 180, and 500. What we do is we use this because fluorocarbon shines at that level, and the steelhead actually, and the fish see it and move out of the way of it. But when they see this coming down, this blends in with the water because the water is just a little bit tannic, as well as the ground, which is mainly brown rock. So this kind of blends in with this better, and they're not as scared of it, which means more hookups. Obviously, in the lower water, we use the 6-pound test. 6-pound test is what you got to go down to. Even though they're big fish, you can handle them with 6-pound test. Our biggest steelhead of 14 pounds, as well as some salmon that we've caught, we've landed with a 6-pound test. It takes a while and some skill, but you can do it. Tip number 2 is keep it simple. All right, when you're fishing up there, it's not complicated. There's not any magic baits up there that, I can create this crazy thing and throw it and I'm going to catch fish. No, the same baits that work there year in, year out, it's all the same. My suggestion is find a product that you like to use and stick that product and get as many different colors as you can. As you see, here's some egg patterns that we use. They're called crystal glow balls. Okay, we have them in orange. We got them in dark orange. We got them in like a pale salmon roe color. We got them in a hot pink. We also got them in a yellowish cheese color. And then finally kind of a peachy color. Alright, so sometimes they want the dark stuff, sometimes with the light stuff. It all depends. Of recently, the salmon roe color has been working really well for us. But that may change next time we go up there. Other things to do too is if you don't want the Estaz eggs or the glow balls, this is a larger product, you can use a single egg of any kind of rubber egg you can find. We personally use Atlas, but again, we stick to the same brand, different colors. We got orange, red, chartreuse. This is our favorite, white, and pink. You can double up on them or single, depends on what the fish are looking at. Now, again, stick to the same stuff, different colors, and if you just switch between them, generally that'll get you a bite. If they're hitting white and you switch to the chartreuse, you might get 1 or 2 extra out of the hole. Just got to keep being fluid and really throw your confidence baits and just move within the different colors of that. The other thing too is at certain times of years ago, switch to a black stonefly, and what our suggestion is to go with black stonefly, and then again switch to the colors that you're using. Sometimes they like a green, sometimes they like a pink, a blue, whatever. Just switch in between them, and you'll have better luck. This one has been working really well for us. In the last Burt Dan video, this is what I was catching the salmon on, which was a black stonefly with a little bit of green in it. They were actually hitting that really good. In the Chrome Friday Return of the Steelhead video, Randy was using a fly I don't have in here. it was all black, and it had cellophane on it and different iridescence to it up front. It was really nice, but he was really whacking them on there at the very end. So again, stick to this very simple stuff and just go with your confidence baits. This is probably better starting now as well as into the fall, but as long as there's fresh steelhead coming in and fresh eggs and eggs coming down the river, the steelhead will always go after the egg patterns. You can also do the same thing with the egg sacs as well. Another tip I got for you is this. Go small. If you think something's too big, go smaller. If you think it's at the right size, go smaller yet. You guys, sometimes we forget because the steelhead are so big that they are just trout. And trout are they can see very well, and they can differentiate between things, especially with trout that are very educated, such as the steelhead up there at Salmon River. I mean, those fish see the same stuff every single day, and they see everything across the board. So they know the difference between something that's real and what's not. The main thing in the Salmon River is to make sure you get the angle of the dangle right, as they always say. Make sure you're bouncing them correctly or floating the right depth and making it look natural. If you're doing that, you'll get hookups. It's just about getting in the right spot at the right speed. The other thing you gotta look at too is the size of hook as well as size of your barrel swivel. I mean, I can show you the barrel swivels I use. They're real tiny. Okay, the tinier the better, because the fish can see very, very well. All right. My suggestion is go get yourself some Spros or laser sharps that have like 30 or 40 pound breaking strength, stronger than your line, so you don't have any issues with that. Hooks. I personally prefer to use Mustad. Just a simple hook, but size 8, even size 10 sometimes, depending what you're doing. But with those size hooks, those should work better for you. You guys will see. This is the pack I get. I usually get about 100 of them. That way I don't have plenty of them and never worry about running out. Sometimes you can use a little egg hook like that. They're really sharp. Smaller the better, because there's not much skin around a steelhead's mouth, and as well as a salmon. So if you get it into some meat and that little barberry's in there, it gets tough to come out. I actually found when you use bigger hooks, you have problems hooking them. The reason is because there's just not enough meat in the mouth to really get into them. I had problems landing them for years because I used too big a hook. Well, I switched to a smaller hook, and now I do much better. So that's that tip for you. The other thing another tip that I would need to look at is your rod and reel. You don't need a truly expensive reel, but you need a really good drag. I personally got the Stradic. I mean, I bought this on clearance years ago when Stradics went on sale, and because Shimano was making new ones, and I personally got a really good deal on this. But Stradic is a really, really good drag, and it's a really nice reel, and it's lightweight. When you're out there drifting all day, you don't want something that's heavy. You want something that's light. Keith, he got a Penn reel, which Penns are a real nice reel, a little bit cheaper, but they have a really good drag system on that. And so as long as you have a good drag system for your reel, that's what you need, because these fish will pull and they will flip out. You don't want to have the biggest fish on your life, and then next thing you know, your drag stripped and you have no power behind your reel. The other thing you gotta do is make sure you invest in a really good rod. All right, this is a St. Croix Avid Series. Okay, it's an 8'6", medium action. I personally prefer this size because it's not too big, but you can fit into small, tight spaces, but it's not too small that you can't handle the big fish as well as the bigger parts of the river. The Salmon River is very varied. You have small areas that you can fish as well as big, wide open stuff down through town. So you need something that can work through all and be adaptable. If you're going to be going down through town, maybe something a little bit bigger might be helpful, maybe like a 10-foot or something like that. But you want something that's long, flexible, and strong, because you're going to be fighting fish that are, over 8 pounds, 10 pounds, sometimes up to 20 pounds, and you're going to be fighting it with 6, 8 pound test. So you want to make sure that you have something that's going to be able to handle a fish of that size with that wide a tackle. Alright, and the final tip I got for you is make sure you bring lots and lots of split shot. And I'm not talking about just one bag of split shot. I'm talking about pounds and pounds of split shot, because you will lose a lot of split shot in the Salmon River. I couldn't tell you how much stuff I've lost over the years down at the Salmon River. We like to call something where we break off the whole rig as the Salmon River Special, because it only happens at the Salmon River. Make sure you bring lots of split shot again, because you have big rocks, you got fast current, and the stuff gets wedged into tight little places and it won't come out. So you're going to have to break off a lot and be prepared to retie. Make sure you're using a knot that you can easily tie, such as a Palomar knot you can see in my other videos. Other than that, those are some of the tips and tricks that we have used over the years. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you like what you saw, like, subscribe, and share. If you want to see these tips and tricks used at the Salmon River, make sure to check out our videos. We got salmon videos. We also got steelhead videos. Catch you next time, and keep on fishing.